Hello, and welcome back to the Everyday Health Podcast. I'm Dr. Harold Whitman, and today's topic affects millions of people over 60, yet it's rarely addressed early enough. Your brain health. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went there? Struggled to recall a name, a date, or where you put your keys? Maybe you're noticing mental fog, slower thinking, or trouble concentrating. Many people assume this is just aging. But what if I told you these symptoms are not inevitable and in many cases reversible? Today, we're diving into 3 science-backed daily habits that can sharpen your memory, improve focus, and boost brain health without medication. These are small actions with huge impact, and you can start them today. Let's begin with something surprising. Habit number 1. Brain hydration, the forgotten key to mental clarity. Most people associate dehydration with dry skin or low energy. But did you know that your brain is about 75% water? Even mild dehydration can lead to brain shrinkage, reduced cognitive performance, and memory problems. A study from the University of East London found that drinking just 300 milliliters of water improved participants' attention and memory within 20 minutes. That's about 1 glass. Yet, as we age, we lose our natural thirst signals. Many older adults go through their mornings with barely a sip of water, often choosing tea or coffee first, which can dehydrate even further. I once had a patient, Margaret, 72 years old, who came in complaining of mental burnout. She thought she might be developing dementia. After reviewing her lifestyle, I found she drank less than 2 cups of plain water a day. We simply added a glass of water first thing in the morning, another mid-morning, and 1 in the afternoon. 2 weeks later, she returned glowing. "It's like someone cleaned the windows in my mind," she said. Practical tip. Start your day with a warm glass of water. Add a slice of lemon or cucumber if you like. Set reminders to drink throughout the day. Keep a bottle visible on your table. It's a small step, but your neurons will thank you. Understanding the critical role of hydration goes deeper than most people realize. Dehydration affects the brain faster than any other part of the body. When fluid levels drop by just 2%, it immediately impacts cognitive functions. The brain uses approximately 20% of the body's total energy and requires constant flow of oxygen and nutrients through blood circulation. When we're dehydrated, blood becomes thicker, making it harder to circulate and deliver essential substances to brain cells. Research also shows that chronic mild dehydration can contribute to depression, anxiety, and sleep problems. This creates a vicious cycle where poor mood and sleep disturbances further impair cognitive function. Morning hydration is particularly crucial since after 8 to 10 hours of sleep, the body is naturally dehydrated. Many people immediately reach for coffee, but caffeine is a diuretic and can worsen dehydration if not preceded by adequate water intake. The brain's water content is vital for maintaining proper neurotransmitter function. When adequately hydrated, the brain can efficiently produce and transport chemicals like serotonin and dopamine, which regulate mood and motivation. Dehydration disrupts this delicate balance, leading to irritability, confusion, and difficulty processing information. Habit number 2, movement before memory, the 10-minute brain booster. Before reaching for the crossword puzzle or Sudoku, get moving. Why? Because physical activity literally feeds your brain. Every time you walk, stretch, or breathe deeply, you increase blood flow, and with it, oxygen and nutrients directly to your brain. Harvard researchers found that just 10 minutes of light exercise in the morning improved short-term memory and processing speed in adults over 60. Exercise also increases BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that helps neurons grow, survive, and connect. Think of it as fertilizer for your brain cells. My patient Robert, 68 years old, began with 5 minutes of simple stretching and 5 minutes of indoor walking every morning. Within a month, he reported better focus during his daily crossword and even picked up reading again. Ideas for brain-boosting morning movement: arm circles and shoulder rolls, marching in place, light stretching, breathing deeply for 2 to 3 minutes. You don't need a gym, you just need movement. Physical activity triggers a cascade of beneficial processes in the brain. When we move, the heart pumps more blood and blood vessels dilate, providing the brain with additional oxygen and glucose. This is especially important for the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for forming new memories. Additionally, physical exercise stimulates the production of several key neurochemicals. Besides BDNF, endorphins are activated to improve mood, serotonin regulates sleep and appetite, and norepinephrine helps with concentration and alertness. Regular physical activity also promotes neurogenesis, the process of creating new neurons. For a long time, it was believed that the adult brain couldn't create new cells, but modern research shows that moderate exercise can stimulate the growth of new neurons, especially in the hippocampus. Even simple balance and coordination exercises activate different brain areas simultaneously, creating new neural connections. This explains why dancing, tai chi, or simple coordination movements are particularly effective for maintaining cognitive health. The beauty of morning movement lies in its immediate effects. Unlike other interventions that may take weeks to show results, physical activity can improve cognitive function within minutes. The increased blood flow delivers fresh oxygen and glucose while simultaneously removing metabolic waste products that accumulate during sleep. Morning exercise also helps regulate circadian rhythms by signaling to the body that it's time to be alert and active. This natural wake-up process is far more beneficial than relying solely on caffeine or other stimulants. Habit number 3. Feed your brain, the forgotten morning nutrient. Let's talk food, but not just healthy eating in general. Your brain runs on specific nutrients, and if you're missing them, your memory will suffer. One of the most important? Choline. Choline is essential for producing acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter linked directly to memory and learning. Yet studies show that over 90% of adults don't get enough choline, especially older adults. Where do you get it? The best morning source is eggs, especially the yolk. Just one large egg contains about 150 milligrams of choline. Omega-3 fats from walnuts, flax seeds, or salmon also protect brain structure and reduce age-related decline. And don't forget berries. Their flavonoids literally clean the brain by reducing inflammation and oxidative stress. Smart brain breakfast. Example: 2 eggs boiled, scrambled, or poached, a handful of blueberries or strawberries, whole grain toast with a bit of avocado or flaxseed oil, herbal tea or warm lemon water. It's tasty, satisfying, and gives your brain the tools it needs to stay sharp. Choline plays a critical role in maintaining cell membrane structure and in synthesizing acetylcholine. Choline deficiency can lead to memory decline, concentration difficulties, and even liver damage. It's especially important to get adequate choline with age, since the body's ability to synthesize it decreases. Besides eggs, good sources of choline include liver, fish, soybeans, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. However, eggs remain the most accessible and versatile source. Omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA and EPA, comprise a significant portion of brain tissue. They maintain cell membrane flexibility, which is necessary for nerve impulse transmission. Omega-3 deficiency is linked to increased risk of depression, cognitive decline, and accelerated brain aging. The antioxidants in berries, especially anthocyanins that give them their bright colors, can cross the blood-brain barrier and directly protect brain cells from damage. Studies show that regular berry consumption can delay age-related memory decline by several years. The morning meal is particularly crucial because it breaks an extended fasting period during which the brain has been using stored glucose. A balanced breakfast that includes protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates provides sustained energy release, preventing the blood sugar spikes and crashes that can impair cognitive function throughout the day. Protein in the morning is especially important because it provides amino acids that serve as building blocks for neurotransmitters. Tryptophan becomes serotonin, tyrosine becomes dopamine, and norepinephrine. Without adequate protein intake, the brain cannot produce these essential chemicals efficiently. What to avoid in the morning? I always say, what you do not do is just as important. For brain health, please avoid these habits before 9 in the morning. Scrolling your phone in bed floods your brain with distractions and cortisol. Skipping breakfast entirely deprives your brain of its main fuel after a 10-hour fast. Instead, try this. Wake up, hydrate, move, nourish your brain, then engage with the world. Blue light from screens suppresses melatonin production and can disrupt natural circadian rhythms. In the morning, the brain is particularly sensitive to stimulation, and immediate immersion in information streams can lead to elevated cortisol levels, the stress hormone. Cortisol in small amounts is beneficial and helps us wake up, but chronically high levels can damage the hippocampus and impair memory formation. Constant stimulation from social media, news, and messages creates a state of chronic stress that depletes mental resources. The modern habit of immediately checking phones upon waking essentially hijacks the brain's natural awakening process. Instead of gradually transitioning from sleep to alertness, we thrust our minds into a reactive state, responding to external demands before we've even properly oriented ourselves to the day. This reactive morning routine sets a pattern that can persist throughout the day, making it difficult to engage in focused, creative, or reflective thinking. The brain becomes accustomed to constant external stimulation and loses its ability to generate internal motivation and direction. Regarding breakfast, the brain uses glucose as its primary energy source, and after overnight fasting, these stores are depleted. Skipping breakfast can lead to decreased concentration, irritability, and poor decision-making. It's especially important to provide the brain with balanced nutrition that includes proteins, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates. The quality of morning nutrition significantly impacts neurotransmitter production throughout the day. Without adequate building blocks from food, the brain cannot maintain optimal levels of mood-regulating and cognition-enhancing chemicals. The science behind morning brain care. The morning hours represent a unique window of opportunity for brain optimization. During sleep, the brain undergoes crucial maintenance processes, including the clearance of metabolic waste through the glymphatic system. Upon waking, the brain is essentially reset and ready for new input. This natural reset makes the first few hours after waking particularly important for establishing the day's cognitive trajectory. The choices we make during this window can either support optimal brain function or create barriers to mental clarity and focus. Cortisol naturally peaks in the early morning as part of the healthy circadian rhythm, providing energy and alertness for the day ahead. However, artificial stressors like phone notifications, rushed routines, or skipped meals can cause cortisol to spike beyond healthy levels, creating a stress response that impairs learning and memory. The brain's neuroplasticity, its ability to form new connections and adapt, is influenced by our daily habits. Consistent morning routines that support brain health create positive neural pathways that become easier to maintain over time. This is why establishing these 3 simple habits can have compound effects on cognitive function. Research in chronobiology shows that aligning our behaviors with natural circadian rhythms enhances both physical and mental performance. The 3 habits of hydration, movement, and nutrition work synergistically with the body's natural awakening processes to optimize brain function. Long-term benefits and sustainability. These morning habits are designed to be sustainable and progressively beneficial. Unlike complex interventions that may be difficult to maintain, these simple practices can easily become part of any routine. The key to success lies in starting small and building consistency. Even if you can only manage one habit initially, the positive effects can motivate you to add the others gradually. The brain responds well to routine, and these habits will become increasingly automatic over time. Long-term adherence to these practices can lead to measurable improvements in cognitive reserve, the brain's ability to maintain function despite age-related changes. Building cognitive reserve through lifestyle interventions is one of the most effective ways to protect against cognitive decline. The beauty of these habits is that they address multiple aspects of brain health simultaneously. Hydration supports cellular function, movement enhances circulation and neuroplasticity, and proper nutrition provides the raw materials for neurotransmitter production and brain structure maintenance. As these habits become integrated into your daily routine, you may notice improvements extending beyond cognitive function. Better sleep quality, enhanced mood stability, increased energy levels, and improved stress resilience are common additional benefits. Final words. Here's what I want you to take away. You are not powerless against memory decline. You can rebuild clarity, sharpness, and even confidence starting today. You don't need expensive pills or complex programs. You just need water, movement, and brain-smart food. Change begins with consistency. Make these habits a daily part of your routine and give your brain the love it deserves. Remember that the brain is an organ that changes throughout life. Every day you make decisions that either support its health or contribute to its decline. Small, consistent actions can lead to significant improvements over time. Brain health is not a luxury, but a necessity for a fulfilling life. By investing in these simple habits now, you're investing in your future, in mental clarity, independence, and quality of life in the years to come. The science is clear. Our brains remain capable of growth, adaptation, and improvement throughout our lives. These 3 morning habits tap into the brain's natural capacity for renewal and optimization. They work with your body's existing systems rather than against them, making them both effective and sustainable. Your brain has carried you through countless experiences, challenges, and triumphs. It deserves the best care you can provide. These simple morning rituals are a way of honoring that relationship and ensuring that your mind remains your greatest asset for years to come. If this episode inspired you, share it with someone who might need a mental refresh. Subscribe for more, and feel free to write me your questions or experiences. I read them all, and they shape our future episodes. You've been listening to the Everyday Health Podcast. I'm Dr. Harold Whitman. Stay sharp, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next episode.